Wanna play an awful clunky walking simulator with high damage with a simple and affordable setup? Just pick up a Marohi with Static Strike, Intimidating Cry, Light Poacher, and a bunch of jewel sockets on the tree. Of course, disclaimer again, this is more of a proof of concept that this build can work all the way to endgame. Now, the Cry gives us double damage on exerted attacks that lasts the entire Static Strike duration, while Marohi's huge flat fizz lets us easily scale as added damage with Light Poacher. Now, Light Poacher gives us 5% as extra of each element per Spirit Charge. To simply explain how Light Poacher works, we get +1 Spirit Charges per Abyss Jewel affecting us, and we can gain Spirit Charges when we kill an enemy. Now, Spirit Charges are consumed upon using any skill, so any class of a skill that you constantly use will, especially on bosses, consume charges one by one without getting any back if you aren't getting killed. Now this is where Static Strike starts to shine a little bit. Not only are we getting constant uptime on double damage from the Intimidating Cry, we can be in max Spirit Charges pretty much constantly, yet since we have good damage uptime, we can use a specific ring to help us be at max Spirit Charges. The Hateful Accuser ring grants us a level 20 Penance Mark skill. The Penance Mark is a curse that makes the enemy marks, when hit, summon 3 hostile phantasms with a 1-second cooldown between activations. The duration is only 3 seconds on the mark. Since we have Static Strike proc for a longer duration, cursing him multiple times shouldn't be a problem. And so you have a double damage 1000 flat fizz weapon with a skill that has its own separate attack rate with easily around 50% as extra of every element with full conversion with either the mastery or a fist lightning support gem. We're getting up half a mil DPS with little to no investment, and it's easy to scale. Now it's all fine and dandy, but currently there is a huge problem here. The initial hit is absolutely awful to proc. The insanely slow attack speed of the Marohi is just sometimes borderline unusable, even though when we hit we stack up to 10 seconds of the Static Strike buff. Of course, this should be a minor issue with bigger investment in defenses, but I don't plan on spending that much time with this build anyway. This build is definitely not optimized, nor even close to being finished. This is more of a proof of concept that something like this works and is viable in most content. This is a showcase of what this build would look like with just a few divines. Or if you want to be even cheaper, getting a Light Poacher and the Hateful Accuser ring is gonna cost you 2C just for those build enabling uniques. This time I will be linking a PoE just so you can see what I've gotten so far. It's not perfect by any means, but it is different than the classical Ambush plus Paradoxica setup people use. And if you like these budget-friendly niche ideas, be sure to give a sub because it's gonna help a lot, and I do plan on making more of these types of videos soon. Anyways, thanks for watching.
Gotcha.
The world has ever seen. I gave other examples. I said, no matter what I do, they're going to sit there angry,